We are, as we begin this week, about to confront it all. Two incredible phenomena are taking place back to back. First, Mars leaves shadow, the ancient ruling planet of Scorpio leaving shadow in fellow fixed sign Leo means that in many ways we're understanding what's worth being stubborn to and what isn't, but it's also about finally being done a larger cycle that we've been in, going all the way back to October. But there's something else incredible taking place right out of the gate, and that is Pluto. It will be Pluto that stands still in the sky and officially goes retro, the modern ruling planet of Scorpio, inviting us to find deeper layers of conviction and of focus as to what direction we think meaningful change is to occur. But these energies are also a confrontation, where it is that perhaps we are holding on to certain people, places, things, situations that we might be telling ourselves are about one thing, but really it is about our desire to feel powerful. But ultimately, it's just a mask. See, the higher vibration of Scorpion energy is about acknowledging that there's so much in life that we are powerless over. Even when it's hard and we wish things were different, well, sometimes by reconciling ourselves to the limits of our power, that really is when we can find a deeper peace. Now, what Pluto going retro means for you and your sign depends on your sun, moon, and rising. Take all three into consideration and then synthesize the information to make it unique to you. And of course, lots more horoscopes available over on my YouTube channel, Nadiya_Shah. And of course, in the superstar space at thefutureismagical.com or NadiyaShahSuperstars.com. Aries, friendships, group dynamics. Oh boy, you're about to reach a deeper layer of truth or messiness. Now, the messiness, if that is the truth, then that just might be what shows up now. But it is this energy that helps you to get honest about the nature of given dynamics. This could be professional group endeavors as well. The thing is that groups and people and friendships, especially with Pluto station retro, they tend to have a will of their own. And really what the universe is doing is trying to help you to understand whom has served their purpose, but also whom it is that is true, where the bond is authentic and strong, and where someone helps you to facilitate meaningful transformation in your own life. They represent something good for where it is that you're going. Well, those alliances will feel like they become that much stronger going forward from here. Taurus, career, social standing, life purpose, and your understanding of a higher, more loving vision for your life. I love this energy for how it helps you to get honest about where it is that you're actually going and whether or not it represents something real or is it superficial? Because with Pluto, the superficial just doesn't cut it. We see it for what it is. But where it is that we're on a path that really we're meant to be, regardless of how other people might judge it. It's not about the judgment of what's superficial and what isn't. It's about what resonates as the path for you. Well, Pluto standing still, going retro, is going to help you to find your own unique answers. For all that, though, having Pluto here going retro is going to get you very honest about a boss or person in position of authority and whether or not you really want them around us all and what it is that you might want to do to actually put yourself in alignment with the type of leaders that you actually know you deserve. Gemini, long distance travel, immigration, citizenship, higher learning, and legal matters are covered here. Now, this can be a sense of stagnation if you are already involved in one of these areas, or it can be the chance to find resolution, but it looks like it comes with complicated feelings, maybe even complexities and messiness at that. For all that, it'll be up to you to decide how much of it you're going to immerse yourself in or not. One thing I do love about this is it helps you get honest about whether or not certain environments are worth being in for you or not anymore. Be mindful as well as how this energy might be showing up in terms of what you believe and what is at the root of certain ideologies that you might have, philosophical, spiritual, or otherwise. When faith is healthy, it questions itself. When faith is healthy, it wanes. And if you find yourself not questioning, that is a bit of a red flag. That tells you something about where you actually are. And that moment of truth, that moment of honesty just might be the great gift of this moment. Cancer, profound truth, change, transformation, regeneration, and wealth. Where it is that you've been giving way too much time or energy to what ultimately is superficial, I think you're going to see it now. And this energy can help you to cultivate profound focus on where it is that you desire change from the inside out. For all that, though, do be mindful, because this has to do with wealth. You are being invited to get honest with yourself about where you are in terms of grants, loans, bursaries, and other payments that you might need to make. It is a chance in being honest that you might set the foundation for greater wealth than you've known before. But first, it has to do with confronting any illusions that you've had, whether towards yourself or that you've been presenting to others. Redefining wealth so that it doesn't rest in whatever it is you consider superficial ensures that you put yourself in alignment with experiencing more wealth in different forms all around. Leo, love, partnerships of all kinds are covered here, and there is this profound sense now of the truth of what you feel for another, what's really going on, what feels right and what doesn't. This truth for some will be difficult to accept, but ultimately what this says is whether in business partnerships, professional alliances, or romantic alliances, if someone has served their karmic purpose in your life, no matter what you do, it is time to exit. But where it is perhaps that certain alliances have become rather messy or complicated, and especially if you're open to meeting new people, you just might have a knack for attracting downright messiness, I'm so sorry to say. Well, it gives you a chance to look at why that is, or what's really going on, what's the nature of the attraction, but also to make a choice that's right for you. Virgo, clients, customers, coworkers, these people in particular right about now, you're about to see some hidden dynamics playing out. Where are they manipulative? Where is it that perhaps they haven't been very fair? What's been going on behind the scenes? I think a lot of that is going to become a lot more evident, and you get to figure out what it is you want to do about it. For all that, though, it can be a moment like this that invites you to look at and be honest with yourself about how you're actually living. What changes do you want to experience in a real way where it comes to your habits, your rituals? How are you going to bring the sacred into your smallest moments as you move through your life? Or just what is it that you really believe about taking the best of care of you? In your honesty, you find a deeper motivation towards meaningful change. Libra, flirtations, romance that are downright messy, I have to say. And I'm sorry to say, but yeah, you might just have a knack for attracting people who are complex or complicated in some way, and it's evident almost immediately. But for all that, this energy does give you a chance to get honest on another level with what it is you're really wanting in every area of life. What is it that creatively is calling you forward, and how is it that you're going to tap into it, to acknowledge it, to nurture it in a meaningful way? It is now that you get a chance to align with the voice of your heart, and from there, you just might find a deeper source of power that you didn't expect, but is so welcome as it shows up. Scorpio, home, the past, the living situation, and your family of origin. To me, this represents wanting to close the door, maybe nurture your own idea or something you're really wanting to do, or just feeling a need to isolate. Now, your answers are going to be uniquely your own, but understand that there's so much that is taking place now in terms of your own relationship with your past, with your home, and also feeling more at home within your body and within your own skin. If it is that you have a home-based business or work with homes, this could be a time when you are bordering on obsession with the gains that you hope to make. There are healthy ways to tap into that energy. Sagittarius, siblings, cousins, neighbors. These people now might have a lot going on. It could feel as if they need you. There's something going on in their lives and it feels overwhelming to them. But it's also possible that it's about the relationship between you and one of these key people now, where it's been fraught, where there's been messiness, all of that could stir. But it also grants you the possibility of looking at what it's really about, what really needs to heal, and to go deeper in terms of your relationship with them. Now, outside of that, your mind might feel downright obsessed or hyper focused on a given matter. Now, that too just might be a distraction of some kind, and you get to figure out what's really going on at this time, what it is that you're trying not to think about. Well, that tension becomes part of what changes the situation now. The thoughts you're holding are valuable. They're there for a reason. And if they're not serving you, well, getting to the truth of that helps you to direct that very powerful energy that much more. Capricorn, money you earn, money you spend, self-love, self-esteem. And this can have you being very focused on creating more prosperity, maybe implementing certain ideas. This could have you feeling as if you're pouring all of yourself in a given direction where it comes to magnifying meaningful abundance in your life. But this can also be an awareness around where it is you desire to make certain purchases. Now, your answers are going to be uniquely your own, but remember, when we have such strong financial energy, the money you need is there. And that's the thing, this energy, this larger 20-year transit is about helping you to align with greater prosperity than you've known before. It has different manifestations and a whole other definition. What that could be for you is starting a journey within where your unique answers become that much more available to be acknowledged, to be nurtured, and to be magnified. Aquarius, identity, who you know yourself to be, and priorities. All of that is going to stir. Getting really honest with yourself about where it is you've been dilly-dallying. You've been scattering your energies towards stuff that doesn't even matter. And instead, now you're going to hone in, really focus in through your self-honesty as to the direction you desire to go, the changes you wish to experience. Some of those changes are going to feel overpowering. Others are going to feel empowering as you decide on your direction. As long as you keep the focus on whom it is that you are and what it is that is within your agency, well, this can be a time of tremendous focus that makes great change possible. Pisces, soul, psyche, spirit, a lot is stirring within you now, and you get to decide what you're going to do with it sometimes, because this can be a lot working out within. For some, it's going to be a more conscious process than others. Now, this could also be closures that take place. Whether or not they feel fortunate, whether or not they feel good, ultimately it's like these exits, these karmic closures, their time has come. Embrace them, because ultimately they're helping you to create space for greater power and a greater sense of what it is that really matters showing up in your life. Thank you again for watching. It'll be a great week. Enjoy.